If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Hi everyone, this is gonna be a mini art vlog for today and probably my last art vlog of the month since I'm gonna be busy with my commission soon. Today, I'm doing a watercolor self-portrait. Since my reference is my own face, I'm gonna try my best to copy it in my own art style. By the way, the materials that I use are Corona 190 GSM watercolor paper, HPW gouache paint and watercolor set, Bomeja paint brushes, and these materials are all bought in my favorite stationery store in the whole universe, Pandayan Bookshop, Batangas City. Now, let's get to painting. I always start with doing the rough sketch and then erasing it with a kneadable eraser. I recommend using a kneadable eraser if you want less mess when erasing, but you can only use it in lightening the sketches because it doesn't totally erase unwanted stuff. Then, I usually use my mechanical pencil or 2B graphite pencil to do the outline, but today I'm gonna try using a brown colored pencil. I always see artists using brown micron technical pen and I wanted to get my hands with those pens, but I don't know where to buy them aside from online shopping. Since I'm gonna overlap the sketch with paint and pen later, I'm doing the sketches lightly, then another lightening with a kneadable eraser. Now we're ready to paint it. I started with painting the base color of the skin. I usually watch a lot of tutorials on how to make the perfect skin tone and I always go with the warmer shades, which requires adding a lot of red or orange paint in your base color. Then I added some values to the skin. Friendly tip: don't use black if you want to add shadows. You should mix the base color with its complementary colors. Then I proceeded with adding the base color of the hair and started rendering it. Since my hair is dark brown with a little bit of red in its reflective color, I tried adding the same color as well. Then adding some values and details. Lastly, I proceeded with coloring the clothes, which is simply coloring it with red, gradient of purple and orange because that's how my clothes look from the reference. Then I added some other details in the background, and lastly, I added some highlights. Part of my art style is adding the details using the Audemars gel pen. I formerly used colored pencils and colored pens and it actually looks good as well, but using black gel pen makes my artwork varies from other watercolor artists and it's also much easier since I don't have to match and blend colors. So, if you're still conflicted with the art style that you wanted to achieve, just go wherever you're comfortable and don't be overly conscious of how your artwork looks. Sometimes, people tend to see their art turn uglier and uglier the more they look at it. But usually, it's just because we tend to look at it in a negative way. Arts are as beautiful as how we stare at it the first time. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.